Good day, everyone. My name is Anndra Parviainen, and I am a postdoc researcher in UEF Brain Research Unit. Uh, Today, I'm going to discuss about nurse education and nurse teacher education in Philippines. I want to thank Annile for the invitation to present this topic. For the background about me, I originally came from Philippines, and I am a graduate of a of Science in Nursing. Then I had my master's degree, major in Advanced Medical Surgical Nursing. This is needed for me to work as a clinical nurse instructor or nurse educator in my home country. And during that time, 5 years as nurse educator, I also work as research coordinator. So part of my job is to teach nursing students and midwifery students, um, not only in the classroom, but I follow up students in the clinical area, such as operating room, intensive care unit, and psychiatric ward. Then I decided to work abroad in Saudi Arabia for 1 year. This is for professional growth and also for me to save some money because I was planning to move in Finland. And I think it would be a best stepping stone. So in Saudi, I work as a staff nurse in the emergency department, and also I work as infection control practitioner. Then after that, I'm luckily to um, be in selected as one of the student in University of Eastern Finland in the master's degree in major in health promotion. After graduating my master's degree in the University of Eastern Finland, I pursue my PhD student as I work as early stage researcher, then advance in project researcher, also involved in global education designer, then university teacher and international academic coordinator. And at the moment of last year, I have graduated my PhD degree, and now I am pursuing in the postdoc uh, uh, as postdoc researcher in the brain research unit. So in this topic, I'm going to give you an overview of the nursing education and nurse teacher education in the Philippines. And I will be discussing similarities and differences of Finland and Philippines nursing education. Now, if we will travel from Helsinki to Manila. Manila is the capital of the Philippines. The fastest um is will take about 16 hours. And then if you are watching this amazing race, Suwami, uh I think this was last year. Um they have one of the destination is in Philippines. And Philippines is an archipelagic country in Southeast Asia, situated in Western Pacific Ocean and consists of 7,640 islands. The capital is Manila, and we are now this population of 117 or more million. The official language is Filipino, and our second language is English. And we used 175 dialects. And some interesting facts about the Philippines is that Filipinos are very social, and we spend much of our time as much as possible with families and friends. And politeness is an art form in the Philippines, and Filipinos have high respect and cherish our elders, and we show it in many forms in our everyday life. In our culture, we it is polite to call your dad as dad or mom, or your mm, grandmom or granddad with this mm, some with these words. Uh, this is quite different here in Finland and other parts of Europe, because the culture is it is more polite to call someone by their first name. And then Filipinos are warm, happy, and we have a great sense of humor. And in fact, we have this one of the happiest countries in the world according to the Gallup Index. So it is the second happiest country in Southeast Asia. Singapore is number one. And then for the World Happiness Report, this data is a little bit old, but it's still the belong to the top 60 World Happiness Report. And Finland is consistently the number one happiest country on earth. About 11% of the population in the Philippines, or more than 11 million people, work abroad. In fact, Philippines is known as the top exporter of nurses in the world. 25% are nurses. And for example, in US alone, Filipinos are the second largest Asian American group. And now if you can notice, there is here in Finland, there is the fast um, recruitment of Filipino nurses. And this is, if you have time and you are interested, this is one of the documentaries why nurses are wanted. Filipino nurses are wanted in the global economy, and you can see the real stories about what's happening. Now I go to my topic about the Philippine nursing curriculum. It is mandated by the Philippine Nursing Act 2002. It's quite old. And in this legislation, to become a registered nurse in the Philippines, you need to complete a 4-year Bachelor of Science in Nursing. We do not have this diploma program. We only have bachelor degree. And then after completing this degree, one must pass the nursing licensure exam. And then the Commission on Higher Education, this is the authority and the duty to promulgate nursing education policies and standards. Uh, and it mandates the nursing education uh, a solid general and technical basis for nursing practice. In this memorandum, uh, there are national core competencies standards, and it allows nurses to function as a nurse in general. And then the higher education institution in the Philippines has this academic freedom to adjust their nursing curriculum depending on what is suited on the context and mission, but they must demonstrate that the same courses or the minimum professional courses are attained. And then uh, in the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree, there are three major roles of the professional nurse as a nurse generalist, and they can assume the following roles in client care, leadership and management, and research. And also, beyond the beginning professional roles, the nurse can also pursue to any specialized area as advanced practical or advanced practice nursing. And there are four level outcomes. The first year, they were teach with the basic nursing skills. And then during the second year, they are teach with the different competencies on how to give nursing care for normal and high risk mother and newborn, child, family, community, and population. And then during their third year, they now have this physiologic and psychologic health problems, maladaptive behaviors in varied health settings. And for the fourth year is the intensive um, clinical practicums uh, and application of all the competencies they have learned. And based on the standards of Philippine qualification framework, graduates of Bachelor of Science in Nursing program are expected to achieve level 6 of knowledge, skills, and values. This means that they have a broad and coherent knowledge and skills on basic clinical nursing practice and research for professional, creative work, and lifelong learning. And they can um, they have the skills as a professional and creative work in specialized area of clinical nursing practice, research, and further study. And the degree of independence is that they are independent and or in teams of related field with minimal supervision. Here is an example of curriculum components of the Philippines. This is a quite bit old because now if I am not mistaken, the curriculum is updated every 3 years or every 5 years. So this was the curriculum of 2017. So I think they have now changed the curriculum a little bit. And then, so here is what it looks like. There are general education courses, and we use units instead of ECTS. Uh, and then, mm, and one unit is equivalent to 50 to 51 hours. In the Bachelor of Nursing program, um, there is this at least 2,703 hours of related learning experience. This means that they are the um, clinical exposure or clinical rotations. one of the mm, unique way of teaching in Philippines is that we have this clinical instructor that guides the students in the clinical area. It means that the clinical instructor is assigned to a maximum of 10 students. They go to the clinical area, for example, mm, medical emergency ward, and the clinical instructor is with the students with that 8-hour duty. So that is one of the unique way of teaching in our country. And in order to become a nurse teacher, the faculty must be physically and mentally fit with good moral character and have the academic preparation. Uh, they must be a registered nurse in the Philippines with a current or valid license. They should hold a master's degree in nursing and at least 3 years of clinical practice and must be a member of the professional nursing education. So that's the nurse teacher qualification. In my master's thesis, this was 2017, and my supervisors were Professor Hanele Turunen and Professor Terje Sarenen. And we had compare the written nursing curriculum of uh, one here in Finland and also the standard nursing curriculum in the Philippines. And we have used this curriculum process by Torres and Stanton. And we have used a concept map method to analyze the data. And here is the purpose of this study and the research questions. And here is the book of Torres and Stanton about curriculum processing in nursing. So I highly recommend you this book because it helps a lot when we want to understand in-depth understanding of curriculums. So if in this research, um, I have used this abductive research approach. This means that we have both used the deductive and inductive processes in analyzing the written nursing curriculum. So what we have found out is that Philippines and Finland have the same way of um, providing education to a Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. And it progressed logically. And then uh, for the comparison of Finland and Philippines nursing education, in Finland at present we have 23 Finnish universities of applied sciences that offers bachelor degree for nursing. In Philippines, there are 450 registered schools and colleges, both government and private. The year of education here in Finland is about 3.5 on average, and in Philippines, it is 4 years. The nature of education is more flexible here in Finland, while in Philippines is rigid. And the type of education is the competency-based education, while Philippines is this outcomes-based education. And after the graduation, both are general nurses. And then when it comes to the professional competencies, there are 9 competencies here in Finland, according to Erickson et al., while in Philippines we have 14 competencies. And if we take a look, uh, a deeper look on these 9 competencies, for example, the client-centeredness can be equivalent to physical, social, natural, health science, and humanities, and safe holistic care. Then this ethics and professionality in nursing have this is also equivalent to laws, legal, ethical, and moral principles. Leadership and entrepreneurship is equivalent to entrepreneurial skills. Then clinic and also management and leadership skills. Clinical nursing can be equivalent to nursing core values, evidence-based practice and decision making. Also in Philippines, they have evidence-based practice. Education and teaching competence can be equivalent to communicate effectively and culturally appropriate and lifelong learning. Then promotion of health and functional ability can be equivalent to safe, holistic care. Social and healthcare environment can be equivalent to responsible citizenship and techno-intelligent care. Then quality and safety of social healthcare services can be equivalent to safe, holistic care and research. And the regulating bodies or legislations in Finland, we have the European Union directives. In the Philippines, they have this Commission on Higher Education and Philippine Nursing Act. When it comes to licensure exam, uh, to my knowledge, here in Finland, after completing the 210 ECTS, uh, they are automatically registered as professional nurse in accordance with the um, Valvera grants. But nowadays, or I think they have started this nurses core competencies national exam here in Finland. I think this is quite new here and it in order to pass this uh, national exam, you need to have 65 points out of 100 questions. This is in the theoretical exam. And then there is also this medical calculation, which is 5 questions, and you need to pass all those 5 points in order to pass this national examination. In the Philippines, we have a mandatory licensure examination, and it is conducted by Philippine Regulatory Commission to become a registered nurse. And then the criteria is that one must have a general average rating of at least 75% with a rating of not below 60% of any of the 5 subjects. So it is a 2 days examination and it is 5 subjects. Each 5 subjects consist of 100 items. So a total of 500 items. So that is how complex the system in the Philippines. It's I could say it's very hard to become a registered nurse in our country. And then uh The educational credits in Finland, we use this ECTS, and one ECTS is equivalent to 25 to 30 hours, while in Philippines, they use this credit units, and one unit is equivalent to 50 hours. So we can tell that one ECTS or one unit from Philippines is equivalent to 2 ECTS. Then the total number of credits is 210 ECTS, while in Philippines is 202 units. The total number of hours is 4,600 hours, and in Philippines is 5,514 hours. So here are the differences. Another is general education courses. Finland have higher ECTS. They have higher uh, elective courses. Philippines very limited, only 9 units. Supportive courses are are the same. Professional courses, Finland have higher ECTS. Now, when we take a look with the clinical practice, the Philippines have higher clinical hours compared to uh, Finland. And then for the master's degree, both countries, Finland and Philippines, 2 years, and doctorate degree have 4 years average. So that is my presentation, and thank you so much uh, for listening. If you have questions related to my presentation, please feel free to ask, and maybe Annile can send those questions to me, and I'll try my best to answer those questions. Thank you so much, and I wish you all a wonderful seminar in this course.